A windfall every day he gets up in the morning. But I must close this letter now. What, you'll be saying? Is it coming to me just as it is, without any parting contribution? Well, don't worry. It's bringing you something. Why did I call it something, though? It's a great deal. For what could be more splendid than the following saying, which I'm entrusting to this letter of mine for delivery to you? To live under constraint is a misfortune, but there is no constraint to live under constraint. Well, of course not, when on every side there are plenty of short and easy roads to freedom, there for the taking. Let us thank God that no one can be held a prisoner in life. The very constraints can be trampled underfoot. Oh, it was Epicurus who said that, you protest. What business have you got with someone else's property? Whatever is true is my property, and I shall persist in inflicting Epicurus on you, in order to bring it home to the people who take an oath of allegiance to someone and never afterwards consider what is being said, but only who said it, that the things of greatest merit are common property. Letter number 15. Our ancestors had a custom, observed right down as far as my own lifetime, of adding to the opening words of a letter, "I trust this finds you as it leaves me in good health." We have good reason to say, "I trust this finds you in pursuit of wisdom," for this is precisely what is meant by good health. Without wisdom, the mind is sick, and the body itself, however physically powerful, can only have the kind of strength that is found in persons in a demented or delirious state. So this is the sort of healthiness you must make your principal concern. You must attend to the other sort as well, but see that it takes second place. It won't cost you any great trouble if good health is all you want, for it is silly, my dear Lucilius, and in no way for an educated man to behave, to spend one's time exercising the biceps, broadening the neck and shoulders, and developing the lungs. Even when the extra feeding has produced gratifying results and you've put on a lot of muscle, you'll never match the strength or weight of a prize ox. The greater load, moreover, on the body is crushing to the spirit and renders it less active. So keep the body within bounds as much as you can, and make room for the spirit. Devotees of physical culture have to put up with a lot of nuisances. There are the exercises in the first place, the toil involved in which drains the vitality and renders it unfit for concentration or the more demanding sort of studies. Next, there is the heavy feeding, which dulls mental acuteness. Then there is the taking on as coaches of the worst brand of slave, persons who divide their time between putting on lotion and putting down liquor, whose idea of a well-spent day consists of getting up a good sweat and then replacing the fluid lost with plenty of drink. All the better to be absorbed on a dry stomach. Drinking and perspiring, it's the life of a dyspeptic. There are short and simple exercises which will tire the body without undue delay and save what needs especially close accounting for, time. There is running, swinging weights about and jumping, either high jumping or long jumping, or the kind indulged in by the priests of Mars, if one may so describe it, or to be rather more disrespectful, by the laundress. Pick out any of these for ease and straightforwardness, but whatever you do, return from body to mind very soon. Exercise it day and night. Only a moderate amount of work is needed for it to thrive and develop. It is a form of exercise to which cold and heat, and even old age, are no obstacle. Cultivate an asset which the passing of time itself improves. I'm not telling you to be always bent over a book or writing tablets. The mind has to be given some time off, but in such a way that it may be refreshed, not relaxed till it goes to pieces. Travelling in one's carriage shakes the body up and doesn't interfere with intellectual pursuits. You can read, dictate, speak, or listen. Nor does walking, for that matter, preclude any of these activities. Nor need you look down on voice training, though I will not have you practicing any of this ascending and then descending again by degrees through set scales. If you start that, you'll be going on to take lessons in walking. Once let into your house the sort of person that hunger teaches unheard-of occupations, and you'll have someone regulating the way you walk and watching the way you use your jaws as you eat, and in fact going just as far as your patience and credulity lead his audacity on. Are you to conclude from what I've just said that your voice should start its exercises with immediate shouting at full force? Well, the natural thing is to lead up to it through easy stages. So natural, in fact, that even persons involved in a quarrel begin in conversational tones. Only later do they go on to rend the air. No one makes an impassioned appeal for the help and support of all true men of Rome at the very outset. Our purpose in all this is not to give the voice exercise, but to make it give us exercise. I have relieved you, then, of no little bother. To these favours there shall be added the following small contribution, a striking maxim that comes from Greece. Here it is. The life of folly is empty of gratitude, full of anxiety. It is focused wholly on the future. Who said that, you ask? The same man as before. And what sort of life do you think is meant by the life of folly? Barbars and Isios? No, he means our own life, precipitated by blind desire into activities that are likely to bring us harm, and will certainly never bring us satisfaction. If they could ever satisfy us, they would have done so by now, never thinking how pleasant it is to ask for nothing, how splendid it is to be complete and be independent of fortune. So continually remind yourself, Lucilius, of the many things you have achieved. When you look at all the people out in front of you, think of all the ones behind you. If you want to feel appreciative where the gods in your life are concerned, just think how many people you've outdone. Why be concerned about others, come to that, when you've outdone your own self? Set yourself a limit, which you couldn't even exceed if you wanted to, and say goodbye at last to those deceptive prizes more precious to those who hope for them than those who have won them. If there were anything substantial in them, they would sooner or later bring a sense of fullness. As it is, they simply aggravate the thirst of those who swallow them. Away with pomp and show. As for the uncertain lot that the future has in store for me, why should I demand from fortune that she should give me this and that, rather than demand from myself that I should not ask for them? Why should I ask for them, after all? Am I to pile them up in total forgetfulness of the frailty of human existence? What is the purpose of my labours going to be? See, this day is my last. Or maybe it isn't, but it's not so far away from it. Letter number 16. It is clear to you, I know, Lucilius, that no one can lead a happy life, or even one that is bearable, without the pursuit of wisdom, and that the perfection of wisdom is what makes the happy life, although even the beginnings of wisdom make life bearable. Yet this conviction, clear as it is, needs to be strengthened and given deeper roots through daily reflection. Making noble resolutions is not as important as keeping the resolutions you have made already. You have to persevere and fortify your pertinacity until the will to good becomes a disposition to good. So you needn't go in for all this long-winded protestation or say any more on the subject. I'm well aware that you've made a great deal of progress. I realize the feelings that prompt you to put these things in your letter, and there is no pretense or speciousness about them, but to give you my honest opinion, at this stage, although I have great hopes of you, I do not yet feel quite confident about you. And I should like you to adopt the same attitude. You've no grounds for forming a ready, hasty belief in yourself. Carry out a searching analysis and close scrutiny of yourself in all sorts of different lights. Consider above all else whether you've advanced in philosophy or just in actual years. Philosophy is not an occupation of a popular nature, nor is it pursued for the sake of self-advertisement. Its concern is not with words, but with facts. It is not carried on with the object of passing the day in an entertaining sort of way and taking the boredom out of leisure. It moulds and builds the personality, orders one's life, regulates one's conduct, shows one what one should do and what one should leave undone, sits at the helm, and keeps one on the correct course as one is tossed about in perilous seas. Without it, no one can lead a life free of fear or worry. Every hour of the day, countless situations arise that call for advice. And for that advice, we have to look to philosophy.